Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang Dhamman Sanghang Namasami. Hello dear friends. I am Venerable Medavi, calling from Thapoarana, Pasyala, Sri Lanka. As you may know, we started this Dhamma talk sessions. I call it mindful momentum. It's about solutions for everyday problems. So randomly I try to pick up a topic based on the problems or matters what you are having, and trying to give proper solutions I guess, and in Buddhist philosophy. Okay, so today also I have a good topic, and it's very hard to explain, but I think this problem, most of the time everybody have this problem actually, which is sometimes we don't know how much do we need to learn. Okay, so today my topic is how much should we learn. Okay, so as a monk, when I was ordained in my 24, when I was 24 I ordained and start to learn about Buddhism. Before that also I start reading the Buddhist script, they call sutta, and I had a desire to remember most of the things, and I kept a book and write down the note as a note, the spirit part of the sutta, the spirit part of the inside the Buddha's talk. You know, most of the time uh, the whole thing maybe isn't matter, but sometimes the spirit, we can collect the spirit of specific parts, or maybe as a short note or something like that. So I kept a book like a little bit huge, and I was trying to memorize most of the Buddha's discourses as well, and I have done it. And I'm not like a genius guy when I was born, but I learn new things. I try to learn new things, and I learn and I discovered actually a new method to memorize easily. Eventually I will tell you later, and I'm using that method. I remember most of the sutta, maybe more than 10,000 I guess. So I was proud of that actually. Yeah, absolutely I was proud. But the thing was, when I start to remember things again, it was like a virus on the computer. You know, think about it in this way. Imagine you have a computer and it has a virus. The virus makes, when you go to the internet and type on the Google, they showing one page saying like a Google, right? But in my case, it wasn't like a Google, but instead of it pop up in a one page, I my memory gave me thousands of pages at the same time, uh, and that confused me. So I don't know what to do actually, but later on I start to looking the solutions, because in in that situation, I was trapped actually, because I don't know how to control my memory or something. So luckily I found another poem by the Buddha, and he says, Yocha appam pisutwana bahum kayena pasati. That means you don't have to learn lot of things. Instead of learn lot of things, just trying to learn very simple tiny little thing, and trying to practice that more and more, maybe like physically or something. So that makes sense for me actually, because before I had a desire to learn new things, only learn, but not practice them. So that's why that things like came to me like tools. It was like I had a huge hardware full with tools and things, but I don't know how to use them. I know that I have them. That's what happened most of the people in Sri Lanka actually, basically, because they know most of the Dhamma talks or Dhamma key points according to the Buddhism. And in the all over the world also, most of the time when people are talking, they know things, but they don't know how to use them. Why? Because they know too much. So what Buddha inviting us is, try to learn little bit of simple thing and practicing it well daily. When I went to Thailand, accidentally I could say, Ajahn Kevali was there at Wat Pananachat in Ubon Rajadhani, and he accepted me to enter the monastery, and luckily. And then I start to learn about the Thai culture, about the Thai monastic culture actually. I saw very important things if I compare with the Sri Lanka. When I come to the Sri Lankan monastery, we usually have to observe the seal, maybe the 5 precepts, or maybe the 8 precepts, or maybe the 10 precepts. And we have to learn about the Sutta or Vinaya and Abhidhamma as well, with Atuatika Tippani. But in Thai tradition, it has no like that. When people come to the monastery, that the teachers, they call Ajahn or Lumpur, they don't push us to learn those kind of things. Instead of pushing us to do or learn new Dhamma things, they gave us the opportunity to be like us, to do what we already know. Okay, so but not only that, the Ajahns will watching on you. I saw that. And if I make mistake, or if someone makes mistakes, that is the only time they talk or they teach about that mistake. Then they will learn. That is very important actually. That is very important. It is like learning ourselves and clearing our mind and clearing the path, something like that. Because I make mistakes because I don't see it as a mistake. But if I see that as a mistake, I will not do it anyway. That is what happening in Thailand tradition, especially at Wat Pananachat. When, I could say in Ajahn Chah's tradition, especially, it is so different. Like Buddha explained us, try to learn new things little bit, and but practicing it more and more. That is makes sense actually, because when I also learn more things, I did not use them. I kept it in my mind, and I wanted to talk about it with the people. because I wanted to show that I have it. That's why most of the people are so loud, because they know many things, and it is so depressed to keep inside, and they wanted to take it out, but they don't know how to take it out. That's why they wanted to talk. Okay, but when you're practicing mindfulness, it is about this moment, and it is about tiny little things. It is not about collecting data or collecting Dhamma key points day by day, bit by bit. No, not at all. No, none. It's about practicing the same thing over and over again. Okay? It is about practicing the same thing over and over again. I like that a lot. When I was a designer, before I became a monk, I used to work with a computer. So, which means I have to see the pictures all the time. The problem was when after I work, end of the day, I couldn't sleep, because in my memory there are so much flashes going on. So what I did was I started to meditate on my bed. I started practicing mindfulness. No, not mindfulness, actually breathing exercise. I try to control my breath, because that is on the sutta. It says like digangwa asasanto. If you take a long breath, you take long breath. If you take short breath, you take short breath, something like that. So I thought, all right, today I am going to do long breath. It's like yoga or something, not Buddhism way. So it worked. Yeah, I got sleep so easily, maybe within a couple of minutes. And then I woke up next morning and go to the work again. It was much easier. And when I was 24, even though I had not any idea or any plan to be a monk, but I have to be a monk. Otherwise, I couldn't escape. So, escape from the world though. So I became a monk and practicing that meditation method over and over and over and over again, because it's easy. As a monk, we have a very free time, so many free times. The problem was sometimes I got another side effects. When I think, even I think to meditate, my breath is stopped because I control them long time. My heart is almost stopped, and my thinking and memory, and I don't know what to do, or I don't know where I am, something like that. And my I had a huge headache, and sometimes I vomit. So when I talk to the people, they says, "Oh, you got mad already. Now you are crazy." I thought, well, I know I am not crazy, because I know what happened. And I thought I did what Buddha says. And but luckily I found a monk, and he told me, maybe you did what Buddha says, but not the according to the way what he says, but according to the way what you wanted to do. That makes sense actually. Yeah, I did what I wanted to do, rather thinking about what Buddha says to do. So then I start reading the sutta again. Then I found the phrase called Parimukan Satingo Patapeta. It's like, if I translate it into English, it's like pay attention to the present moment first of all. Try to learn, pay attention to the present moment first of all, and that person will will realize, if he got in breath, yes, I am in breath. If he take out breath, yes, I am exhaling. And if he has a long breath, this is long breath. Or if he had a short bread, this is short bread. And if he take a bread, and at the same time if he can feel the body, yeah, pasambaya pasada sabbakaya patisangvedi, something like that. So then that whole sutta became my life, and I started practicing only mindfulness since then. It was actually 2012 I got that idea. So since then I only practice mindfulness, and I teach only there. Not only that, I realized that my capacity is too limited, because everybody has a capacity. And as a young monk, my mind was wandering all around. I had so much crazy thoughts about many things. And but I thought I can control myself within a couple of seconds. Within a couple of seconds. So I start practicing mindfulness with couple of seconds. My first teacher was a cup. After I drink a coffee or tea or water or something, I put down my cup. Only that moment, I did it with mindfulness, without any distractions, or without thinking about any crazy thoughts or something. At that time, I was very happy actually, because I did it with 100% mindfulness. And I practiced that, I think, more than 3 years. Still I'm doing it though. But later on, I realized that I can use that mindfulness, the same mindfulness pattern, when I take off my shoes or slippers, when I keep my umbrella, or when I close my doors or the windows, when I put my balls down, okay? So, or when I turn on the lights, like that, then I realized I can use this method in every day. So later on I start to practice that mindfulness attitude, I could say, when I talk as well. So that's why I am teaching to the people, try to be mindful, and practicing the mindfulness is the key to be happiness. Because if I did not realize these things, I already in the crazy hospital actually. Yeah, definitely. But now I'm not. I'm really happy, I'm glad, because I found the mindfulness. Yeah. So to do that, my invitation is to you all is, you do not have to learn so much thing about the Dhamma or many other things. If you wanted to be happy, try to learn little bit of things. And I think maybe you already know things is already enough, more than enough, I guess. Try to practice them. Try to practice them. And then you will be happy. Otherwise you will trap with a desire to learn new things. That is endless actually. That is endless. Yeah. But mindfulness gave us the opportunity to be happy right here, right now. What we are doing. When we are doing it. Yeah. That is very easy. That is very easy. And there is a similar story Buddha told us. There was a man with a woods. I don't know how to talk him. What is the name called him? I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe carpenter? I don't know. One of the king had a worker work with the woods and woodworkers, I could say. And that king is facing a war within 6 months. So he sent a message to that worker to make 2 wheels for his cart. And that man says, all right, I will do it within 5 months. No problem at all. After 4 months, king said a messenger again to that worker, are you done my work or not? And he sent a message, yes, I have done by one, but you still have one to go. Then king got a little bit of upset and told him to make another wheel within a month. Otherwise, you know what to do. You know I'm going to do. Okay. So then that worker, he make another wheel within a month, but he took 4 months for make first wheel, but the only 1 month or 4 weeks to make another second one. Then he brought it to the king after 5 months and show it to him. It looks same. King asked, what's the difference? Why did you make, if you can make a wheel within a month, why did you took 4 months for one? Then that worker says, okay, can I demonstrate? Yes. And he took that wheel to the hole, like a flat surface or something, and stand next to them and trying to roll over. Okay. The one he used for 4 months to make goes far away and stand up correctly without falling down. But the second one rolling little bit of way and fell down. Then he says, this is the difference between them. Then that king asks again, why is happening? What are the reason behind? Then that worker says, when he use the woods for 4 months, using the 4 month, he says the right side of the wood exactly the same amount or same weight like the left side. Okay, that's why it is steady and it goes long way. But the second one, I had no time to do these kind of researches, so I use any woods I can see and make it like a wheel. That's it. This is what happening to us actually. We don't use one thing, or we when we don't practicing things more and more, we don't know what are the things making us balance in our life. That's why we feel down. But if we take long time to practice things, and that will makes you to realize how you balance in your life. The thing is, my dear, we sometimes eventually we find the solutions, but the thing is, the solution we found yesterday isn't value for the today. That is the problem. We can think the solution from yesterday I got is okay for every day until I die. That is not true. We have to find another solution today for the same matter maybe. So that's what we have to learn with mindfulness when we're practicing it. So to do that, you don't have to learn so much things, but try to learn little bit of things and practicing it more and more. There is another similar story also. Buddha telling us about two cows. Okay, one is ignorant one, because she goes to the mountain and she's she's like a hurry or something, and she don't take the time to look at the environment, or look at the pictures, or trying to take little bit of rest in the mountain. No, she wanted to just run away like a crazy person. But the problem is, end of the day, when she wanted to come back, she don't know how to come back. That is the problem, because she did not get the clear picture how she get to the mountain. Okay, but there is another cow as well. She's brave. What she doing is, she goes slowly. Buddha says, Purima padang supatittitam patitha petva pachima padang uddareya. She usually put her one leg on the ground, then after they take another legs up. Okay, she usually don't do like crazy persons. Okay, and when she saw the beautiful place and beautiful views, and try to stay a little bit and look at that views, and then she saw the new grass, eat of it, and then she found a clear water, drink a bit, take a rest, and see the picture. And she goes to the mountain, no problem at all, because she knows how to come back at the end of the day. In like that, Buddha told us, if you learn new things, that's okay, but you have to go back like you beginners and do it again until you can do it automatically or something. Okay, most of the time people asking me about meditations, sometimes they got like very comfortable situations. Okay, when they meditate, then they wanted to know how to go further, what to do next. But my answer is always, go back and come to that point again and again, over and over and over and over again, until you know how to do it without pushing your energy anyway. That's what Buddha telling us to do actually in our life, to be happy. That's why mindfulness is so much important, because mindfulness isn't about collecting data, like I said before, collecting data or learning new things day by day, day by day, day by day. No. It is do the same things over and over and over and over again. Maybe with a different angle. Perhaps. That's what makes us more happiness, more easy to live. That's what I wanted to deliver today. I think this idea and this topic will help you to overcome your some sort of questions and problems. Okay, and I wanted to invite you all to give us a feedback or any comments, or if you have any questions according to this matter, please feel free to share with us. Okay, and I wanted to I will see you tomorrow as well. It's around like 9 to 9:15 a.m. in Sri Lankan time. Okay, have a nice day.